I'm going to tell you a story about how my favorite basketball player of all time, Kobe Bryant, even after he tragically passed away, still is showing young men across the world how to be a boss. I'm going to tell you right after the bumper. Stay tuned. What's good people? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload every single day. And shout out to everybody that I met at the All Black National Convention. Thank you guys for everything. It was an amazing event, life-changing for sure. Now, here I am talking about Kobe Bryant and his body armor deal that will, according to reports, net his family $400 million. Okay, so let me share my screen and let's talk about Kobe Bryant's body armor deal. It says report Kobe Bryant family to receive $400 million from body armor sale. It says in a deal where Coca-Cola is buying full control of body armor, the sports drink company that Kobe Bryant estate will make roughly $400 million for its stake in the company, per Wall Street Journal. Coke announced it bought the company for $5.6 billion in cash deal. Quote, if it wasn't for Kobe Bryant's vision and belief, Body Armor would not have been able to achieve the success we had, Mike Rapole, founder of Body Armor, said in the release. I couldn't be more excited to become a part of Coca-Cola family and set our sights on the future. Coke bought 15% stake in the company back in 2018, then earned an additional 15% equity stake when it took over distribution of Body Armor, and the company plans to buy the final 70% from a group of founders and investors that include pro athletes like Bryant, Mike Trout, and James Harden. Kobe invested $6 million in the company. Now, this is where we get good. Kobe and Bryant invested $6 million in the company. Per the report, the late Lakers star became a major shareholder in the company in 2013, according to the release. Coke's acquisition of Body Armor is the company's largest in its history. Previously, it was $5.1 billion for Costa Coffee back in 2018. So, why am I telling this story? Because Kobe Bryant showed how he flipped a $6 million investment to $400 million. Now, I've done these type of stories before. I did one with LeBron James in his initial investment in like Blaze Pizza or in the cycling company, and to tell you, or I told you about how LeBron James has doubled the amount of money off the court with his investments in those cycling companies, his production companies, and all that kind of stuff, as opposed to what he's made playing basketball. And Kobe Bryant once again proved that investments will take you a lot longer, a lot further than your physical body can possibly take you, than your manual labor can possibly take you. And don't get me wrong, the manual labor of playing in the NBA, especially if you're a really good player, is very rewardful. It's very fruitful. It comes with a lot of perks and a lot of monetary value, right? Kobe Bryant made over $300 million playing basketball, but with one investment in a 9-year, let's break this down, guys. He played basketball for 20 years in the NBA. At the NBA level, he played basketball at the highest level, winning 5 championships, winning an MVP, being 18-time All-Star, something like that, like something crazy, 17, 18-time All-Star. 20 years, all these accomplishments. All this blood, sweat, and tears, injuries, all this stuff. And he was compensated handsomely, over $300 million over a 20 years period. He invested in Body Armor, $6 million. So a very, very small fraction of what he acquired. Hell, that was probably 10 game checks for Kobe Bryant. Maybe less than that. I don't know. But it was like 10 game checks or something like that for Kobe. $300 million, $6 million. Of that $300 million, he took $6 million of it in 2013. So we're talking about 9 years ago. 8 years ago. 8 years ago. In 8 years, his $6 million investment is now worth $400 million, more than any money he ever made with his physical labor playing in the NBA. I want you to pay attention. Listen to me when I'm talking to you. He took a fraction of his salary from his manual physical labor and in 8 years made more money than he ever made in 20 years of playing in the NBA. That's a hell of a return on investment. From $6 million to $400 million. That's a hell of a return on investment. Now, obviously, we're not playing with those kind of figures. When I do these kind of stories, I want to make sure we're getting the context. Obviously, we're not making those kind of figures. Obviously, most of us don't have $6 million to invest in what our favorite thing is. But we have 60. Some of us have 600. Some of us have 6,000. And if you make the smart decision, you do your due diligence, you really follow up, and you read about these companies, you can flip your $60 to $600. You can flip your $600 to $6,000. You can flip your $6,000 to $60,000. This is not something I'm telling you. This is something I've witnessed. Your investments will outlive your manual labor. Your investments will outwork your manual labor. You have to be smart. You can't just be putting money in any and everything, right? Now, don't get me wrong. You can't just be putting your money in any and everything. But if you do your due diligence, you find the companies, you find the mutual funds, you find the index funds, you find the Vanguard funds, you find the dividend paying stocks, you learn crypto, you learn options, you can flip your money. Your investments will work harder than your body ever could. Look at Kobe Bryant. His body, physical form, is no longer here. And yet, he was still able to flip a $6 million investment to $400 million for his family. A $6 million investment to $400 million for his family. That obviously his investment lasted longer than his physical body. We can all learn from this, everyone. This doesn't have to just be an anomaly for Kobe Bryant. Yeah, maybe you can invest $6 million in BodyArmor. But this phone right here, these phones, you can invest in whatever you want. And if you do the right due diligence, you study, your investments will work harder than your body ever could. I'm not telling you because it's something I heard or read. I'm telling you because I'm an example. Shout out to Kobe Bryant. He will forever and always be my favorite basketball player ever. If you see this paint, I wish I could move my camera, but this painting or this picture right up, that's this shoe is all you can see, but that's Kobe right there. And there's 3 pictures of Kobe in my office right now. Shout out to Kobe. I hope you can learn from this as well. Learn a skill, learn how to invest, and it'll work harder than your body ever could. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. You can follow me on Twitter at JLightsy7. I post content on there every single day. Also on Facebook, it's Jeff Lightsy Sports. On Facebook, it's Jeff Lightsy Sports. Hit the thumbs up button. Like, share, subscribe on your way out. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Peace.